We love getting stuff at Christmas. I know I do. One of the things I really like are these Ferrero Rocher chocolates. They are so tasty. I don't know what it is. Not a lot of people in my family like them, but I love these chocolates. We love stuff. We have lots of stuff. Our house is decorated. There will be presents under our Christmas trees. We like stuff. But is there some stuff that's in our life, not necessarily material possessions, but are there things in our life that maybe we need to let go of? We need to get rid of. I want to talk to you a little bit today about some good gifts, the best gifts that you can receive this year. But in order to receive these gifts, you're going to have to let some things go. It's like being minimalist. You have to declutter. Declutter your life. Get rid of some things in your life to make room for these, what I would consider the best gifts you can get this year. So the first thing is that we want to do, and what we're doing today is we're looking at the passage in Isaiah chapter 9. And right away, he starts out by reminding the people that they are living in darkness. They have been taken captive by the Assyrian army. It is very dark days. There is not much hope. It's very bleak. It's not looking very good for them. And Isaiah comes in and says, but a light is going to shine into your darkness. And the first thing the gift that we want to receive is light. But in order to do that, we have to let go of the darkness. We have to let this light come in. And the light that Isaiah was referring to was Jesus. The light of the world is Jesus. There's a hill that's close by our house, and what's amazing is that they have a light on it so that you can go tobogganing at nighttime. But there is this hill, and it's a place just outside London. It's called Delaware Hill, or we called it Death on a Sled. And when you would go at night, you could not see anything. There was no lights. You were just basically going down the hill hoping that it would turn out. It was mixed with much excitement, but also panic. And some of us are in dark times. Whether it's we're struggling with an addiction, or there is sin in our life that is holding us, or it's just a really tough time right now. And we're in this darkness, and Jesus is saying, but my light shines into this darkness. And when we look at the world around us, it's a very dark world. But Jesus' light can shine into this darkness. But in order to receive this light of Jesus, you have to let go of the darkness. You have to let the light shine in. And I want to tell you something too, friends. When that light shines in, there may be some areas that you're not going to like what the light reveals, what the light shows who you really are. But I want to tell you that this light, who is Jesus, he's forgiving. He has grace, but he doesn't want to leave you stuck in the darkness. He doesn't want you to stay in the darkness. He wants his light to shine in you so that your light can shine to others. So that's the first gift. We have to embrace this light, but we have to let go of the darkness. The next thing is that we have to let go of our worries so that we can embrace peace. He goes on to talk, Isaiah, that right now where they were, like I explained before, they were in bondage. They were very worried. It was very stressful times. And Isaiah brings them back, and he says, remember when God delivered you, and he is going to deliver you again. Remember Gideon and the Midianites, and he delivered them from the Midianites. He saved them. God is going to do that again. But we have to let go of our worries and these things that are stress. Sometimes at Christmas it can be very stressful. A lot of things in our minds, family get-togethers. But is there a way that you can bring some peace You know, the best way that I have found and what's understanding about peace is that peace is there even when the days are tough, even when everything around us is not very peaceful. It's very chaotic, but there can still be peace. Even when you're going through the toughest times, you can still have peace. But in order to get this peace, we need to find ways to bring joy into our life. Joy is not the absence of sadness. It just means that we can still be rejoicing even when the days are hard. And what are some ways we can bring joy to people this year? Maybe you can invite somebody over for Christmas dinner that you know is lonely. Write a Christmas card to somebody. Put a joyful Christmas playlist on and listen to it nonstop. Hey, go to a Christmas party or go to a Christmas Eve service at a church. Where you can find joy. But we need to let go of these worries. We can't hold on to them. Just like the Israelites, they couldn't hold on to what they were, but they had to look ahead to where they were going, that they would one day be delivered, just like Gideon was delivered from the Midianites. And then the next gift is that we need to let go of the crisis that we're facing and embrace hope, the gift of hope. Friends, I want to tell you that Isaiah 9 verse 6 is a verse that we know very well. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace. Crisis, when you're in intense difficulty and pain, sometimes it's hard to realize that there might be some hope on the other side. The words of the Mr. Tumnus in the Chronicles of Narnia. He's like, oh, every day is winter in Narnia. Oh, it's winter, ever so winter. But it's always winter, but never Christmas. Maybe that's how you're feeling today. Oh, you think about snow and you got to go shovel it and you're just, I wish to have summer again. Or maybe even just mentally or emotionally, you're in this state where it's just always winter, but never Christmas. You never seem to find the hope that Christmas can bring. Friends, what was amazing is that this child that was born, Jesus, who came and was born in Bethlehem, he was no ordinary child. Oh, friends, he was going to bring hope into the world. It said that the government would be upon his shoulders. He would be above all governments, all prime ministers, presidents, the royal family leaders, and at that time, the Assyrians, and what would later on be the Roman Empire. No, Jesus is above them all. This little boy would grow up and he would be above all governments. He is powerful, friends. And his name's Wonderful Counselor. This is where we can go to when we need direction and we need wisdom. God can give that to you. Also, that he is a mighty God. Some people have just thought, he was just a really nice guy, Jesus. He was pretty super. He did some miracles. He taught some great things. But no, friends, he is the Son of God. He came down from heaven to this earth as a little boy for us. An everlasting Father. And for me, and maybe for you, that's a hard concept to grab onto. My father was not a very nice person. How I can't think about him as an everlasting Father. I remember my dad, he would come to my baseball games and he would be my biggest heckler from the stands. If I got a strikeout, it was like, why didn't you hit a home run? It was terrible days. I didn't always have a great father figure to look at. And so for me, I really wrestled with this idea of God as a father. But I want you to know that he's an everlasting father, and he's a father that will come alongside you, and he will never disappoint you. He'll never leave you. He's always got your back. He's always got what your best interests at heart. And then he's the Prince of Peace. You know, it talked about in Isaiah that one day that we would burn the boots and the soldiers' garments, burn them, because one day there will be an end to war. There will be peace on this earth. But it's more than that. The peace that he wants to bring, the Prince of Peace, he wants to bring you peace from your sin. He came as a Savior to die on the cross so that we could have forgiveness of sin. That's where he wants to give you peace in your soul. He wants to take that sin and come into your heart, come into your life. He's the Prince of Peace. So friends, this year, this Christmas, I hope that you get the best gifts ever. But this is what it's going to take to receive these kind of gifts. You have to allow Jesus' light. That's the first gift, to come into your darkness. Let it shine in your darkness. You have to allow his peace to come where you have worries and stress and cares. Let him give you peace, and then you need to receive his hope. Even in the midst of your crisis, you need to surrender those crises to God and embrace his hope. Light, peace, hope. The best gifts that you can receive this year.